to ask something. I'm working on feeling like a failure, and with the turnarounds, I somehow can intellectually give genuine examples, but I don't totally feel them. It's as if there's still something underneath that wants to be truly recognized or so. Um, as if as if I cannot fully own whatever kind of emotion around this is not yet or so. And it's as if I cannot take responsibility for it or so.
Yeah. Do you have a specific situation that you're working when you say I'm feeling like a
Yeah,
failure?
I'm working on that situation that I'm visiting a mutual friend in Hungary, and having a friend with me, and this thought, they make me feel like a failure, is already a thought that is underneath another one. So I'm getting at some point that I can feel there are still some more. There's more, but it's as if I cannot really reach it or so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I'm thinking if you're open to it, we can look in a little closer at the situation and maybe what your thoughts are and maybe explore a little bit there, maybe even do a little more of the work. I don't
Mhm.
know. Otherwise, I don't have any particular uh, suggestion.
One thing
Would you like
that I noticed
to look at it? Or?
was um, that I frequently come with images from my childhood. So the emotions are very, very much from when I was a child.
Mhm. Okay. So, what kind of situation was it that made your friend made you feel like you're a failure? What if you care to share? You don't have to, but if you wish to.
I actually, when I do this work, I'm doing it on the whole period, because it was like the
Uh-huh.
feeling was an how you say that, it was constantly there underneath everything else. So you see, it was not
Mm-hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
particular
Okay.
thing.
So that's going back to your original question when you said that examples felt a little bit intellectual and
Mhm.
couldn't fully own it as much. Sometimes that happens to me when I'm working on a more general period, like if it's a
Mhm.
whole week or a whole longer period or a whole person in general. Uh, it's harder to work with the thought and to find turnarounds that and find examples that mean something to me because of the general nature of the situation. It doesn't mean that it can't be done, but it's harder because I'm looking for uh, I'm I'm not focused in a specific direction, so the mind often just sees all the general feeling and then just says, I don't see anything. And so then it stays in the same stuck place, like with the original thought. Um, but it doesn't mean you can't do the work in a general situation like that. One suggestion would be, when did that thought or that feeling that was going on the whole period, when did it begin? When do you remember uh, like I assume some months before it wasn't so much there, but at some point it came up to the forefront. Do you remember anything about when that started to show up?
Oops. Somebody's coming home here.
Ah, okay. Do you need to attend to them?
I'm not sure. Um, but I will anyway. I will have to uh, read my diary, I think, because my memory is really bad,
Mm-hmm.
and so I will have to check that. I'm sure
Okay, yeah, that's an idea.
I'm sure I've been writing it down somehow, or
Okay, yeah, and one other thought on that is that it might be that whenever you think of that person, you have this feeling. And so then, um, like, what is it specifically about that person that makes you feel that way? Was there an event sometime in the past that your mind keeps going back to? And maybe that would be your situation, something in the past, not just now in this period. And as you mentioned, even images are coming from your childhood. It might be that this person is similar to something you experienced in your childhood, and you can go back to the childhood situation and do your work in that particular situation. So there's different places you can look for a situation that might not be in the week or 2 weeks that you were visiting with your friend.
okay, thanks. I will look into that. That's interesting. That helps already.
Okay. Yeah. I the work, if I can land somewhere, if I can get where it started, when it started, what like even a general feeling started somewhere. So if I can find some starting place for it, that can help me get dealing with the specifics again, and that will often uh, be easier to do the work with, and can make it easier to find examples that that land in your heart, not just intellectual.